All right, everyone. Hello. My name is Diamond Rivera. We're all the way out here in New York City, but I have here two very special guests from the Baltimore Salsa Bachata Congress. The producers of this event we have here are the one and only Dola and Raj. Guys, I really thank you guys for coming on to the platform today.
Thank you.
Diamond, it's awesome to be here. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. I mean, and of course, we can't go any further without, really detailing that April 14th through the 17th, you guys are bringing back the one and only Baltimore Salsa Bachata Congress, also known as the Baltimore Congress. First of all, my first question to you guys is, what does it feel like really being back?
We were one of the first congresses to cancel because of the pandemic. We were 3 weeks or 4 weeks away from having the Congress. It was heartbreaking. We had worked for over 6 months, 8 months to make it happen. And then to have to tell everybody that we couldn't hold the Congress, well, they knew, but it was an easy decision to make. We actually hosted a couple of calls that we had doctors on, epidemiologists on, and they told us how bad this was and what we needed to do. And what we needed to do as dancers to keep us safe. So it was an easy call to make because there's no way we're going to let anyone get infected on our account. So it was an easy decision to make. Financially, it was tough because we're 4 weeks away. We'd spent a lot of effort and money on getting to that point in time. And now, we were having to cancel, but it's just money. You can't think about it any other way. It's our dancers. So now we're looking at coming back, and we're one of the first congresses on the East Coast. I think the only ones that have happened so far are in Florida and Texas.
Yeah.
I think there was one in San Diego too. But having said that, those are the two places where congresses have happened on the East Coast. We're the first ones to have a congress. And it's exciting, man. The amount of support we're getting is mind-blowing. We thought people would be scared because of the pandemic. Right now, we have more numbers of people and more rooms booked than we did 2 years ago, pre-pandemic, with year-to-year growth going on. It is incredible. The support we're receiving is just mind-blowing. We're happy, we're excited, and a little scared. I mean, it's bigger than ever before, so it's scary.
Man, what about you, Dola?
Well, 2 years is a long time to wait to get back to, the Congress. A lot of people have been reaching out asking, when are you guys coming back? And I said, this was last year, and I said, you got to be patient. We have to go by the county and the state guidelines.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing that majority of the people that bought passes agree to hold on to their passes till we can host it again, which is it shows the loyalty. It shows that they enjoyed the previous events. So getting back to this year, it's been a lot of hard work as well. So we're really excited that people are coming back. And as Raj said, the main hotel was fully booked like 3 months ago. We
Yeah.
extended to an overflow hotel. We've had to ask for more rooms at the Marriott, which is across the road. So it tells us that people want to come out and dance, and we are ready for them, right?
Yeah.
So yes, expectations are high for this event.
We're going to
Absolutely.
go Monday and get more rooms because we need more rooms. Because
Oh my God! I mean, even here we got the one and only DJ Paco saying, "Raj, don't be scared. I got you, brother." I mean,
Yeah.
hey, you got support all around. So detailing, of course, in the next upcoming weeks, in the next 2 weeks, this event is coming about. So we've definitely brought you here really now for both of you gentlemen to give us some information on what people can expect at this year's event.
All right. So one of the things that we do differently is that we try to cater to a lot of genres of music. So when we initially started out, the Congress was salsa and then bachata, but now there are other genres that are growing, and we're trying to grow those genres within the within the Congress, like zouk, kizomba, música cubana, and we also have what we call an encuentro room for melomanos y coleccionistas. So it's a lot of things that people could expect when they come. Those that have already been know what to expect. For newcomers, there's going to be workshops. There's 2 on Thursday. Then from 10 p.m. 10 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. in the evening, we have workshops from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then in the evenings, we have showtime performances by different teams from all over the country and some from outside the country. And we also have some teams coming from New York as well. We have what's it called? Jeff Taveras is coming with his team. So we have a lot of pro teams, semi-pro teams. In between the event, we have parties, social dancing parties in the afternoon from 3 to 6. We have tech rehearsals. So there's a lot of stuff going on that people can engage in what they like. They can choose the workshops. They can choose to social dance. We have the party bus that goes for 4 hours around Baltimore. They dance on the pier. They go to a restaurant to eat and they come back, chill. And then we have the night parties that start from about 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. And on Friday, we have a Grammy nominated Ocho y Mas playing on Friday night, 12 p.m. to about 1:30 on the main stage. So this will be, since we've been running it, this will be our first live band that we're bringing to the Congress.
Man, I'm listening, but before you guys keep going, I have to applaud you guys so much for bringing back those live bands. Because listen, I love my DJs, but nothing just hits me more than a live band. I have to say.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's not just a live band. They're Grammy nominated.
Yes.
Yeah, we put out a promo video from Bobby Allende. And he's talking about, call your abuela, tell her to come to the Congress. But they have incredible music, great musicians. We're looking forward to this.
Absolutely. And for me as well, realizing with you guys that, bringing back this event and something you guys both touched on is health and safety and something that, for the past 2 years, especially in our dance community, COVID-19 really ravaged our communities. It really showed the vulnerability of not just the social dancers, but really the promoters and organizers, and understanding where what organizers really felt was best for the communities. But now seeing how Baltimore Salsa Bachata Congress has come back really in full force, but plus more, that really shows that how much people believe and love your events. So, especially, Raj, I have a question for you. You really touched on how this event is really different because it focuses on social dancing. So kind of give us an understanding of what that really entails and means.
All right. Well, for one, we have an incredible stage. It's backlit. There's a video on the back, and Edwin Herrera and his team do an incredible job. Salsero Boricua do an incredible job of putting those videos out there and everything in the background. We provide a fantastic stage for people to go do shows. Dola and I, we're DJs, we're promoters, but we're social dancers.
Yes.
We love social dancing. So we want to go and have a blast, and we want our people to go have a blast. Social dancing, because shows are 2 hours. Social dancing is, at our place, 3 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then after parties with the mob at 6 to 7 to 8 a.m. Like it's ridiculous the amount of social dancing people get. So to increase social dancing skills, we put a lot of emphasis on people learning. We have close to 100 classes this year. We start with beginner boot camps. We have 3 beginner boot camps, one for salsa, one for traditional bachata, and one for bachata sensual. And we have those on Friday. People can come and take those boot camps and go all the way through, pick one genre and go all the way through Sunday, take a lot of lessons, learn, practice that in the evening or in the night, and you'll really put yourself at an advantage by doing that and being a decent dancer by the end of that experience. Of course, it's not just about beginners. We have intermediate, advanced classes, all the way up to master classes. Dayton and Flo are teaching a bachata fusion class, or Jeff Taveras is teaching an on-two timing and musicality class. And you look at when you want to go into that class, we try to tell people you don't want to just go into a class because you want to attend a master class. Please make sure that you are an intermediate or advanced dancer. Because otherwise, you're not going to be able to pick up, and then you're going to be frustrated. It's not going to be a good experience for you. Of course, and the same for your partner. So make sure that you're at that level. But this is all about social dancing. Those classes, all of our classes are all about social dancing. People come in, people learn, and then people get hungry. So we have a food truck. In the day, in the night, we have food trucks until like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And as long as it doesn't rain, we want to put a speaker outside that food truck, and people can be out there dancing their bachata and doing their salsa and merengue in the line for the food truck. Okay? People will dance wherever you give them music. We got to give them music. We're DJs. We do that.
If we're talking about food trucks, Dola, are we gonna have something that's vegan or organic, or are we going that route?
How do you know about vegan?
Listen, I do my research, but come on, New York is a very mixed place when it comes to stuff like that. Because listen, I can tell you this, I appreciate you guys as producers, appreciate you guys as DJs, but also the lifestyles you guys have. Realizing too, like, I'm not gonna lie, Dola, this is something I always wanted to tell you. You were a very big proponent on me slowly changing my lifestyle, because I realized, and I'm being honest, because I realized, like, hey, as I'm getting older, wanting to have a family, wanting to travel, we understand at congresses, we might not always have the best food selections. So we're just taking what we can. But hey, I definitely have to give a big shout out to you for actually you being one of those people inadvertently, like, hey, if this person is changing their lifestyle for the better, there's no excuse for me. And my question really for both of you then is, having this event, and as we've talked as well, the event is originally called the Bachata Salsa Bachata Congress. But now you guys have made that decision to now kind of shorten that and call it the Baltimore Congress. So how did that, decision come about?
It was the Baltimore Salsa Festival in its first year.
Yes.
When Kaya started this, I attended the second one, I think. But it was the Baltimore Salsa Festival. She used to have events called DC Meets Philly in Baltimore. And she grew that. By the time we took over, it was the Baltimore Salsa Congress, and we changed it. I think she changed it as well in the last year, 2016.
In the last year, yeah.
The Baltimore Salsa Bachata Congress. When we asked people what genre they wanted to look at, what they were most interested in 2016, 2017, they said salsa bachata. Now, as a joke, I actually had this made. If you can see this, this is the Baltimore salsa bachata, cha-cha-cha, zouk, kizomba, pachanga.
Yeah.
I made this as a joke, right? So I think I'm the only one that has this. I got this printed. You can't make a name that big. It doesn't. Then you shorten it to SBKZ, but
yeah,
I'd have the feeling. So again, we love social dancing. We had people say, "Hey, do you have música cubana?" We have music. We have Afro-Cuban music class. No. Yeah. Dancing. Do you have música? Okay, we'll have one. You guys want it? We'll have it.
Yeah.
We added a room, and the energy in that room is crazy.
Of the chain.
Oh my God. It's a small room, but oh my God. I was in there a couple of years ago, and I think Cedric was playing, and they were all doing their moves, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to be in that room.
Man.
It's
and
awesome.
to add to that, I was promoting at an event in New Jersey 3 weeks ago. It's called the New Jersey Salsa. That's the name of the school or studio. So the Steve Santos, the host of the event, asked me while we're doing the raffle, when are we going to add Kizomba to the name of the Baltimore Salsa Bachata Congress? And I said to him, it's something I've been struggling with, or we've been struggling for quite a while. But the only reason why it's not in that name is because if I add Kizomba to that name, I have to add Zouk, I have to add Música Cubana, I have to add all the other genres, because they'll be on my neck, or they'll
Yes.
why this one and not that. So it's something that we still, I mean, at the moment it's called Baltimore Salsa Bachata Congress, but as the other genres, as we're growing them, we're gonna have to find a way to fix that, you know. But for now, it's still called the Baltimore Salsa Bachata Congress.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, and that's the thing is that I have to tell people this is that people don't understand. They can come to a Congress, have their viewpoints on things, but when you're the actual producer, when you're the person really involved in creating an event, the stress, the just everything that's happening. Listen,
Yeah.
I mean, to see you guys still smiling, even just 2 weeks away, is a blessing because I've met many organizers that they're just stressing every day. But that also goes to show of the team that you have behind you that is
Yes.
working to create that. And
Yes.
definitely we have to show at least here, I have to show a really big, great representation with you guys of having the actual Congress here. We can kind of, I think, see a snippet right now. Right now, we are at the actual website. So, Raj, I believe you guys said you can go to BaltimoreCongress.com
That's
for
right.
people to get more information, correct? Because where you
Correct.
can see your
Yes.
ticket, and our ticket's still available.
Yes.
Tickets are still available, and actually, ticket prices go up next Friday night. So please get your tickets now. Get your rooms now. There's a Yankee game. We don't know if the Marriott is going to allow us to add rooms. I mean, the Hilton is 100. This is a 700 room Hilton. Between us and a couple of other events, that Hilton is packed. We're over their capacity, and they said finally they couldn't give us any more. We need rooms for artists. We can't get rooms at the Hilton now for us as organizers. The Marriott is full once. It's close to filling up a second time. We're gonna go on Monday and try to add some more rooms to that because of the incredible support we're getting. There will be tickets available, but you might have to stay 4 blocks and walk to the Congress.
Hey.
Not a good idea at all. Not a
Which,
good idea.
I mean, so walking 4 blocks is okay. I mean, sure, we're dancers, we're fit. But do you really? I mean, April showers bring May flowers, right? Do you really want to be walking out in the April rain and in a jacket and then come out and put your jacket somewhere and change shoes? So that's something to consider.
Absolutely.
Dola touched on something that I want to expand. We expected to have 50 to 60% of the people say, please give me my money back for the Congress, for the ticket. And we did that for 18 months. And I think we've returned about 5% of the tickets. A lot of the people messaged us and said, hey, you know what? Please hold my pass. I'll come back when the Congress is back up. Hold my pass. I don't want my money back. That blew us away. That amount of support, the trust, the faith that people have in us.
Yeah.
That is incredible to look at. That's incredible to experience. And it shows now.
Absolutely.
We didn't even know, and boom, the hotel block was full. And the second one is full. So we're lucky. We're blessed. We're very happy. We're very grateful.
And we're ready to host as well. So one thing that we have some new T-shirts out. They're on the website. I mean, when you go to buy tickets, you can find the T-shirts on the ticket page. So we have some nice T-shirts out there. People can pay for them and pick them up at the Congress with when they register.
Okay,
So when
definitely.
So that's that. So you can see Ocho Imas from New York is coming. We also have DJ Efosa in the Zouk room coming to DJ for us. We have different vendors, G Franco, Emotion MV. We have massage guys, Yami. Bachata Brunch is hosting the Friday party. We're collaborating with a lot of partners as well. So, yeah.
Man, that's special in itself, and something I really have to touch on. Really, lastly, is what I really appreciate from both of you guys, but the Baltimore event as a whole is not just the representation of people of color that I appreciate so much in our communities, not just the appreciation of the inclusion of different genres or styles, but also you really also hiring artists from your communities, because it's so easy sometimes to just go on the foreign side and go across the world and bring all these acts that people want to see. But I think I believe that with this event that you guys have, people really love it because you're actually bringing the local acts. You're bringing people from the surrounding areas for this event.
We are. So here's my personal hiring philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
I go and take a lot of classes. I love taking lessons. I go to congresses or socials and I take the class. And when I do, I see how the instructor handles their crowd, how good they are at what they know, and how they are at conveying what they know. And if I feel like, oh my God, I want to take a class with this instructor again, then they're a good candidate for bringing to the Congress. Then it doesn't matter how known they are or not known they are, if they're a beginner instructor. If they're really good at communicating their skill, the body weight transfers, the movements, lead and follow signals, if they're really good at that, then they'll leave my dancing crowd with really good knowledge that they can expand on. I love that about it. I love evaluating dancers for that. When I go at a social, my personal philosophy again is if there's a DJ playing that I will sit and listen to if I have a broken foot, then that's a good DJ. I'm just going to sit for 4 hours and listen to their set because their music is so good. Then it makes sense for me to go and say, hey, you know what? I would love to bring you to the Congress. And that's my personal take on
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there are superstars that you go and you just have to see them for 10, 15 minutes and you know, oh my God, there's just something incredible here that we have to bring them to the Congress. So that's something that I do. A couple of months ago, I was in New York at New York Central Movement, the rooftop party.
Yes.
And there was this guy that walked in and, I saw him, talked to him. He says his name is Yodi. And then about halftime, he goes, takes the microphone, and he's a bachata artist. And he had that crowd on fire. And he's taking the reggaeton and making a bachata out of it. He's got his own bachata hits. I saw that, man. I had so much fun. I forgot to record. I forgot to pull out my phone and put him on Instagram, on live, because I'm having so much fun dancing and grooving to it. He'll be there at the Congress. So what I do is I bring really rich experiences from and I'm not a salesman.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Here he is.
No, this is actually DJ Paco saying how they're doing pre-parties, but he's saying Jody. And interesting enough, you talk about Jody because Jody was actually part of a big group back in the early 2010s called 24 Horas. So he was actually a part of a group, and then seeing him now was like, wow, now he's on his own. But Raj, it's important what you said of kind of the hiring process, but you're really more genuine on that aspect of you have to listen, you have to feel it before you can, embrace it.
Well, I'm not a salesman. So the only way I know how to do this is every class, every hour, I got to feel like I want to be in every class. Every DJ that's playing in the 6 rooms, I got to feel like I want to go dance in that room. And if I don't, then I haven't done a good enough job of putting together talent because I'm not presenting the best face I can. So that's what I genuinely try doing. And then that lets me go stand in front of a crowd, in front of people and say, this is why you should pay attention to Baltimore Congress. Because we're not just bringing names because they're names. We're bringing talent because they give you the best experience possible.
In addition to that, we also, like you already said, the local community is very important because no matter what you do, every Congress, the largest population that attends the Congress is a local community, right? So you also have a lot of instructors, the dancers, the schools. So you look for potential teachers, instructors in your community, because if you don't bring them to your community, the event itself will not be supported. They are a lot of them are like that, no matter New York or LA. So I'm very passionate about showcasing our local talent within our local community, giving them a chance to showcase themselves, and also help them bring their students to learn from other instructors from around the region. So that's one of the ways I like to look at it when I'm hiring instructors or DJs. That's why we have DJs coming from New York, from Orlando. We have DJ Cookie coming from Orlando.
Mhm.
Fosa from New York. We have at least 3 or 4 DJs locally from the DMV area. So it's a mixed bag of all these talented people that we're bringing to the Congress.
Man, that's special. It really shows how much you really care about bringing that quality to your event because you realize that the community, especially the local community, is watching. And
Oh yeah.
lastly, before we get into the promo for this upcoming event, my last question to both of you. This is good. I do this on my podcast, but I want to ask you both. So you're at the Baltimore Salsa Bachata Congress, and you're having time to actually dance, but you can only dance with one person. Who is that person?
Very interesting. You're trying to put me in trouble here, right?
No. I'm
Because
just asking a simple question. I'm waving the peripheral white flag, if you might say.
to be honest, there are so many talented people that I dance with, and it depends on the music at that moment in time, right? So it's very difficult to say that just for me personally.
Hmm.
It's very difficult to say just because different dancers, I like to dance different styles with them to different
Yes.
music. So the way I dance in a salsa ballroom is different from música cubana ballroom and who I'm dancing with. So it's very difficult for me to just put a name out there. And at the same time, I don't want anybody to say, "Oh, so that's the only person you like to dance with." So no, I'm not throwing myself under the bus, but that's
Okay.
the way I look at it.
All right.
But
What about you, Rod?
there are a lot of dancers I do love to dance with out there.
Gotcha.
Uh, I'd love to dance and jam. I'm not telling you.
Hey, I tried. I just had to see.
Here's the thing. In 4 years of running the Congress,
Mhm.
I think I've had 4 dances, maybe 5. Because running, it's such an intense
Yeah.
business, and you have to. I go around every class, every on the hour. I go around and look at each class. I go and stand for 5 minutes and watch the instructors and make sure that everything's working. During the socials, I'm going from room to room. This is the first time I'm going to DJ at our Congress.
Yeah.
It was just so intense. We're getting 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep a night, because we want to make sure that things are good. If there isn't water, I'm not calling the Hilton. I'm picking up the water myself and putting it out there because my dancers need water. So I'm I don't have enough time to social dance. I think you might catch a video or two of me just standing there and grooving, just
Oh yeah.
enjoying the music, enjoying the band. But I hope it will change this year, where I get a couple of social dances at least more than I did last year, and I
Yes.
hope it increases every year for us.
Absolutely. And honestly, just having this chance to talk to you gentlemen means a lot. Of course, we know that the event staff is much more larger, but
Yeah.
even just talking to you two gentlemen, just seeing the humility, the genuineness, and understanding that you guys again just want to bring an amazing event to people in our communities is definitely worthwhile. You've got acts all the way from across the world to right there in your hometown, but I'm definitely happy just to see the success that you guys have had thus far. And even with COVID now in 2022, things are picking up. And I'm really excited to see what comes next. And even, of course, DJ Paco here has to say, you are going to dance. I will make sure you do. So he's put you on notice, Raj. But,
No,
at least before we do go, what would you gentlemen like to say for the people who want to attend or would love to attend in the future? What can they truly expect?
Um, so I want to tell people about a couple of things. Number one, the Encuentro Ballroom.
Mhm.
So this room is it's for everybody, but what happens in that room is the music collectors of salsa, vinyl.
Mhm.
They come together in that room and they select music one after the other, and they start from 6 p.m. on Friday. It's a 2-day event within the Congress. They play from Friday to whenever they're tired. Same thing on Saturday from 6 p.m. So I'm inviting everybody to find some time to come and listen to them. It's beside the restrooms in the ballroom. That's one thing. And also in our salsa room, it's strictly vinyl that we play throughout the event. So vinyl music, salsa music in the salsa ballroom. So I want everybody to come and enjoy. If you have any questions, the registration desk is there. We have a great team with us. Operations manager is Esther Tay. She's a great, great, great person, and she's ready to host everybody.
All right. Cool. It's a family event.
Mhm.
It's about our community. It's about our social dancing. I'm loving meeting all the different people. I love walking into other congresses. I walked into Orlando Congress, Salsa Congress, a couple of years ago, and as I turned the corner, I saw JP and Paso de Oro. They 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 all just came and gave me the biggest hug, and I'm down on the floor and I'm sitting, and these are young kids. You'll see them on our stage, and
Yeah.
just little children coming and giving us hugs. It's fantastic. I go anywhere, talk to people about the Congress. The support I get is just fantastic. We didn't grow because we have great advertising. We grew because people told their friends, "Hey, I had so much fun. We should go." We have, I mean, we have people from all over the country coming, from Seattle and from LA.
Mhm.
There was one time we had a couple of people from New Zealand show up.
Yeah.
How in the world do you're in New Zealand? You're literally the other side of the world, and and they showed up for the Congress. It blew me away. We've got something really incredible going, and I don't know if I can explain it all, but it's something that we're really enjoying doing. It's really fun, and we're just very, very grateful for the incredible support that we get from our dancers, and they like what we're doing.
Absolutely. And guys, thank you again. And everyone, remember April 14th through the 17th, you can be at the Baltimore Salsa Bachata Congress. Check out baltimorecongress.com for your tickets. I believe also you get that t-shirt there, so that is even better, more of an incentive. But guys, thank you again for listening. I thank you, Raj. I thank you, Dola, for coming on, giving us some insight on what's to come in the next 2 weeks at this amazing event. And everyone, before we go, we're going to leave you with this promo, and then we will see you soon. Peace.
Thank you for having us.
Very
Thank you.
If you love me, let me go. Please don't stop me, and I'll show you.